Via. Hello, everyone. It's Charlton. Okay, here we go. Listen, I like Trump a lot. But I'm not blindly Trump. I'm not. And I'm telling you, flat out, he had a really good night last night. He just did, big time. It wasn't like 2016 where he completely stunned the world like we've never seen before in ever in politics. But it was a good night, and there's just no getting around that. They gave, we're going to lose the House, which there's probably reasons behind that, not just the politics of it, but, a calculation was made to focus on the Senate and knowing that hello? Yeah, I'm up. Yeah. All right, thanks, honey. All right, love you too. Okie dokie. All right, thanks, honey bunny. Bye. So, it's just the House. Believe me, the House is where like the money is. So, and it's so divided. I don't even know. It's how many seats is it? I think it's a total of 412 seats. I don't know if I did my math right, but it's just very easy to maneuver and massage and get things done. Even with people on the other side because of the cash, man, because of the money that goes to districts and how it's spent. Believe me. And now Nancy Pelosi is the face of the Democratic Party again, which I'm telling you is great for Trump. I don't want to belabor these points over and over, so let me just move on. There's two seats that are up in the air, and the closest is probably Arizona, which I do think I'm pretty sure that McSally's going to end up winning, and it just says right there, actually, that McSally's at 8. That went up slightly. So they're counting right now. She was up by 14,500 votes a minute ago or a moment ago, and now she's gained a little bit more. They believe they have the edge because basically you're talking about same-day voting voters, they're still counting. I don't really understand. I mean, it says 99% of the precincts in, but on Fox they were saying that, Maricopa County, which is where 60% of the people live in Arizona, they're still counting there. But there's 99% of the precincts in. Does that mean 99 precincts counted? Don't know. I believe she's going to win there, and I'm quite happy about that. And it just cracks me up, man. It really does that. If she was to lose, somebody who was a fighter pilot, I think she did a number of tours, I think in Iraq, Afghanistan, I'm not absolutely sure, but just a quality candidate to be losing to somebody who formerly was very radical progressive, And I mean, but this is what Democrats do. They focus on appearance, everything. You got a very white, bleach blonde candidate, who's the representative of diversity. It just and who has trashed, certain elements of America. It just was shocking to me that would turn out, if she won cinema, whichever. I almost don't even like going into those things, but that's that. I think she's gonna win though. The other one that's still close is Georgia. And I'm almost positive he's going to win there too, Kemp, And she's refusing to concede. She's saying that Abrams. Obama got embarrassed last night. He did, okay? He just did. And I'm sorry if I kind of take a relish that a little bit, There's been times in my life where I liked him. I mean, I liked his personality and stuff. I bet I would have hung out with him maybe in college and partied with him. But there's also times where he says things that you don't see on mainstream media. You really don't. You only hear them in talk radio where he says things and he's just pulling at the strings. it's hilarious how people say Trump brings out the worst in us. That's just, I don't want to go on and on. But, I mean, he says some stuff, he was in Wisconsin giving on the stump, talking about, they want to keep their stuff. And just the verbiage, the words he was using, I thought it was pretty low down. It's things like that where I just lose respect for, I didn't like it. It was bad. When Trump is sort of, having fun on the stump, that's what he's doing. And when Obama's having fun on the stump, making fun of his opponents and, jabbing them, that I think, fine. But saying things that are just, like really basically calling like Americans selfish or calling people selfish. And it's not like I'm not defending the rich. That's not who I'm talking about. And that's not who he's talking about either, dude. I'll never upload this because it gets too personal. But Obama did get him. He got embarrassed last night. He did. Indiana. I mean, the Braun, I think is his name, the senator who won, the Republican, crushed it. Florida, even though Obama, I don't think he went to Florida. Florida was the shock of the night. Shocked me, huge. Can't believe it, man. And that's where everything. I just can't believe it. I mean, you cannot say Trump didn't have an amazing night last night. Absolutely stunning. Both of them winning, particularly DeSantis. He was down like 4 to 5 to 6 points. Going into the election, it was 4-point lead. It was almost a done deal that he was not going to win. And I bid it. I mean, I bid on it. But Florida was the biggest one. I still can't believe it. Amazing. And that's huge. Huge for 2020 because Trump also, the wine in Ohio, the governor, Republican won. So now those are 2 Republican-controlled states. It's a huge deal when it comes to presidential elections, national elections, because they control the government of the state, and those are just resources, this is how the game is played. So that was a huge deal, Ohio and Florida, but particularly Florida just shocked everybody, me too. And that's done. That's nobody's. Gillum conceded pretty early, and that's that. But in this Georgia race, Abrams is basically saying we could be going to a runoff. I don't see how that's possible. I think I think mathematically it is possible, but I'm pretty sure that he has a comfortable lead of like 65,000 votes, or no, 75,000 votes. And you have to get more than 50% of the vote when it's all said and done, or else you do go to a runoff. So, I'm pretty sure that Kemp is going to, he was the Secretary of State actually that oversees, I think, voting in the states. So that became an issue. They did an 11th hour lawsuit. The Abrams did campaign claiming something. And but I'm pretty sure he's going to, and the third party candidate is a libertarian candidate. So I think that's what LIB stands for. Even if there was a runoff, I would assume that Kemp would even do better, But I think he's going to win. I saw a little YouTube video of him or a Facebook video of him when he was first deciding to stick his toe in the water. Not for this, for just running for office, I think, like an old one. And he's in a room with maybe 15 people in there or less. And he's just talking to them, at their level. Everyone's sitting down, but he's just standing, in the room, not on the podium or anything, talking. And he was a righteous dude. I liked him tons. Right off the bat, as soon as he talked, I think he's a former builder, maybe, like a small builder. That's where he was, and that's what he was talking about, starting his business, where he was basically underwater most of the time for the first 2-3 years or whatever that he was trying to get this business going, just scratching to get by. And that's what he was explaining his experience with government, how they just make you do unnecessary things that make it even more difficult to survive when you're trying to, maintain a payroll and pay people and pay employees and keep going. And he was funny. He literally made me laugh. So basically the point is, don't believe what the media says. He's actually like a kind of this really sort of no-nonsense nice guy. That's the way I saw it. And yeah, so that's that. I mean, let me just kind of cruise through. Indiana, Florida, Ohio. Ohio's the governors. I mean, most of these are Senate races. Georgia, Missouri. Classical got really beat pretty, very handily, way bigger than I thought. Nevada, we lost. What's his name? I already forget his name. Darn it. Nevada, we lost for sure. That one's a done deal. Heller. Lost to Rosen, I believe is her name. But Arizona's still up there. Texas, Cruz pulled it out very close though, and Beto was still, basically claiming victory after it. He's gonna do something else. I have grown very tired of hearing. It's because you can't have every single speech can't be some motivational like speech. I mean, that kind of defies the definition of that. I mean, eventually it's like if it's every single one is the same, that same cadence of what he does, and it sort of gets like, dude, all right, we get it. And Wisconsin, Walker lost. That's a bummer, dude, because he really closed the gap in the last, like few days. Came out of nowhere again. The man who's never lost an election finally lost an election. And Scott Walker's a great dude. So, but I assume the governor of Wisconsin is the new one is probably fairly conservative. Tennessee was Blackburn won handily as well. But again, Obama and Oprah in Georgia, man. And don't let Oprah fool you. She was absolutely testing the waters to see how it came out. That doesn't mean she's not going to run, or do something. But she no question about it. I mean, there was other races she could have participated in. She participated in there to see if she could actually influence the outcome. And if she could, that means, it doesn't even matter. She could run for president. People run for president because it's like massive free exposure. It's not free, but a lot of it is, because basically campaign donors are paying for you to basically go out there and present yourself to the country for an entire year. And you can become a wealthy, famous individual, a nationally recognized person, as long as you do fairly well, just by doing that. And it's grueling and it's hard on, and all that. But so she could do it and not even care, and even if she loses, she wins, basically. And that's what a lot of people thought Trump was doing. There might have been some truth to that in the beginning. But I'm going to wrap this up right now. If you saw the freedom something, I can't remember, in Nevada. It was a pro-gun rights event in Nevada in 2015, before Trump was even leading in the pack or anything, just introducing himself. And at that event, that's where Butina, the Russian chick, asked him a question, and everybody was allowed to just ask questions freely in 2 lines. And he just took question after question after question, unscripted, just talking, completely free and unafraid to just speak and answer any question anybody wanted to answer. And it was right there. And I didn't even see that until much later. That's where I realized, people were like, that's my guy right there. And that was the beginning. All right, man. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below. And I will see you in the next video. Later, man.